President Muhammadu Buhari writes to the Nigerian Senate on the allegation against the Secretary of the Government of the Federation, Mr. Babachi Lawa, over contract scam and the humanitarian crisis in the Northeast. The President says the report is not weighty enough to warrant the sack of the SGF. On the Senate began consideration of the 2017 budget. Lawmakers make critical dissection of the document presented by President Buhari last year, a document the President tagged the budget of recovery and growth. That's our focus on the program. Many thanks for joining in, everyone. This is Politics Today live on Channels Television. I'm Seun Okinbale. What a day that is turning out to be. Interesting times in Nigeria's political landscape, with some dramatic revelations springing up over the issues of governance and anti-corruption war. The Senate chamber today was where most of the action today took place. Well, one of note, which we shall be talking about, it appears the political disagreements between the executive and the legislature just took a whole new dimension. But first, let's tell you about some of these other stories we are following for you.
It appears some states of the Federation have begun to key into the anti-corruption campaign of the Buhari government. Even with a different political affiliation, the Abia State government says it is prepared to support the Independent Corrupt Practices Commission, ICPC, in its fight against corruption in the state. At an event in Umuahia, Abia State, the ICPC chairman, Mr. Ekponta, says the anti-corruption campaign is an agenda that aligns with the promotion of integrity, transparency and accountability through exploring innovative solutions. As the Independent National Electoral Commission, Edo State, prepares for the Esako federal constituency election in the state, officials for the exercise are currently undergoing training. Meanwhile, the election will be conducted under a new man, after Mr. Samuel Olumekun, the resident electoral commissioner, proceeded on a leave due to the expiration of his tenure. Mr. Baritok Pagi will conduct election to fill the vacant seat in the House of Representatives. Meanwhile, the next man is seeking a non-violent conduct of the exercise.
Even when we bring all economic activity to standstill, we still have challenges. So I think this issue goes beyond INEC. And until we begin to see it in that light, we will continue to have problematic elections.
A coalition of Northern Youth Associations have taken their protests to the venue of the Northern Governors' meeting at Government House in Kaduna State, with a call on the governors to wake up from their slumber and revive the region's economy. The youths are seen chanting solidarity songs and marching towards the Government House. The protesters lament that despite the fact that the North is blessed with abundant natural and human resources, the region has remained poor and backward in terms of development.
Every time, every day, it is a repetition of Governors Forum, Governors Forum. What have we gained from that?
Thank you so much for staying with us. Let's get started, shall we? A very busy day for us in the first, the next few minutes, a half hour or so, we shall get talking in some of the issues that generated a lot of controversy. The controversy over the grass cutting contract allegedly linked to the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Mr. Babachi Lawa, who is said to have influenced contract of clearing grasses under a company called Roller Vision, which he is said to partly own and a strong control of until he said he resigned. Things got to a head last year when a committee was raised to look into the issues raised in the situation in the northeast region of the country where insurgency ravaged some part of it and the humanitarian crises being generated. Mr. Babachi Lawa wasn't happy with the recommendations of the Senate panel asking the president to remove him and probably put him up for prosecution. The president set up a committee, and today the committee report and the president's response was read at plenary and the upper chamber of the National Assembly. Take a listen to the issues as discussed on the floor of the Senate today.
The signing of the interim report by 3 out of 9 members of the committee makes it a minority report of the Senate committee and not a committee report being an interim report, thus presenting a challenge for the presidency to determine the weight to attach to the report as currently presented. I am of the view that barring other considerations that may arise as a result of subsequent investigation of Engineer Lawa by the interim ad hoc committee, the current report as presented to the presidency in its own right does not meet the principles of fair hearing and compliance with the Senate rules for conduct of investigations in matters relating to abuse of office by public officers. In light of the foregoing, I am not able to approve the recommendation to remove and prosecute Engineer Lawa on the basis of the Senate Ad hoc Committee report dated 15 December 2016.
When it comes to fighting corruption in the National Assembly and the judiciary and in the larger Nigerian state, the presidency uses insecticides. And when it comes to fighting corruption within the presidency, they use deodorant. What we did was a thorough job. We invited all the companies concerned. We invited the SGF, and he sent us the secretary of the presidential initiative on the Northeast. And the secretary testified under oath that he is competent enough. He came with tons and tons of documents, which we went through, and then we came out with our